We saw Wicked at the weekend, and while all my kids loved it, one of my girls was in absolutely floods of tears at the end, and initially she didn't know why. When we unpicked it a bit, it seemed to have touched a particular nerve for her, which is about her best friend moved away 2 months ago, and she really misses her. This really made me think about the fact that you cannot predict when a particular button is going to be pushed, and if you're carrying around sadness or loss or grief or anxiety, you don't know when that particular button is going to be pushed or when you're going to be hit by a wave of something. And particularly at this time of year, when you know you might be doing things where you're supposed to be having a nice time, so family and friends or parties, it can feel really frustrating, but also a little bit scary that you can't predict it, because you don't necessarily want all of that to happen, or you're going to be around other people. How am I going to explain that? And sometimes that can make you feel like I must try and not feel this stuff, but that just isn't fair, because even the very fact of I'm supposed to be having a nice time can be a reminder of itself that I'm not always having a nice time. So it makes you feel those things. If that happens, try and move away from how can I stop myself, and instead have a think about, if I know I'm going to feel this way at some point, how can I account for that? That might be just giving yourself permission to not always be fully in the room while this is going on. Or maybe it's about telling somebody else and saying, look, I might have a tough time every now and then. I might need a bit of time for myself, or I might need a bit of support.